Shout out, Tyler, for putting that video together. Shout out to all of the allies for being in the room to go through all of our deliberations, which you may or may not seen. If you haven't seen those deliberations, those are on our YouTube channel right now. They're 6.5 or ish. I put those together over the weekend.
It's just about 7. It's 6:58.
6:58. Yeah. It's not a short time. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't look good. GOTY can be brutal that way. We're done. GOTYs are officially behind us. Almost. We have one last thing that we need to do.
Oh.
Which is talk about our personal picks.
Wait.
What's the other? We have one other thing to do. Or are we doing it at the end? Sorry.
What the
fuck is
I have no idea.
I actually do know what he's talking about. Haha.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
should
do
we do that first or at the end?
What is it?
What are you talking about?
The patron!
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah.
The Patreon!
It's been
To be fair, she's been here all
I've been
day.
here all day playing Forgotten City.
Well, I've also been on chat all day.
Watching the
Making-
chat, making sure it doesn't
3 of
fall
us have
apart.
been producing this stuff for the past 4
Awards.
days.
We got award brain.
Very tired.
Do we want to do that first and then do our personal picks?
Let's do it.
We are hopefully awaiting Ben's arrival. Huber will not be joining us and we'll be doing his personal picks on Huber Syndrome, which you can check out the new episode of ASAP. But he's dealing with some other stuff. We got... Maybe just put Ben on the bottom of the deck and we can go through this. I'll shuffle this and you can maybe should do our
We're doing
patron
the
pick.
Patron pick.
Patron
Damiani's
pick.
got
Out of the
it.
gate.
Patron.
Yeah, baby.
I don't remember how we did it last year. So
Thanks
Yeah,
everybody that
I don't know how you
participated.
did
I
it.
think we just read it.
Yeah, we'll reveal, like, you guys will see it, just don't react till we read it.
Got it.
I guess.
Oh.
There you go.
Don't read.
Patreon.com/easyeallies.
www.
Dubba. HTTP //
I think Ben's here.
www. Patreon.com
WW.
// Carcosa and everyone, thank you for the
Reddit.
7 and re-7. Thank you, mods, for managing all of that madness.
Dad, thank you.
Thank you,
Mom.
everybody. I didn't see a lot of spoilers. Thank you for not spoiling
Yes,
that for
thank you
people
for
who
that.
checked out the...
Now you can spoil it. You can talk
Also,
about it.
patrons will get the audio versions of the deliberations if you just want to like listen to that while you're working or whatever. We'll be putting those
The
up
other one might be logged in.
Here we go.
tonight or tomorrow.
Did you get in or?
Yeah.
And then
These
I got like a
profiles.
whole nother day of award stuff before it's out of my hair, but
Gonna wash those awards right out of my hair.
'Cause I got-
Wash
yeah.
those awards.
I gotta do
My
those
mistake.
audio versions, and then I gotta send it to all the publishers, of course, all the winners. Gotta know that they won.
Is this just like a really long pocket, or is that like a speed flap?
It's like an air
It's a
thing.
speed flap.
Yeah.
It's a speed flap. Okay.
Oh, for
It's
the...
yeah. I don't know exactly.
Oh
what
wait, it's
purpose
not
it
even a
serves.
vent. It just.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's one of them
It's a zipper.
Nomura flaps.
It's
Do
a
you want
number
me-
zipper.
Do you want me to read them out, like in an order, or do you want me to put it on the screen for you all to see? And we
I think
say
read them out
them?
from
Read
there.
'em out. Well, that mic might.
I
be on.
unmuted
Okay.
it. But I don't have
Do
chat.
whatever you want, man.
Do they hear me? Chat, do you hear me?
Chad, do you hear Damiani?
Does this come through clearly?
We're getting yo. We're getting levels on the Mixar.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright.
should be working.
Boink.
You should hear that.
Did they say yes? 'Cause
Yeah,
some-
yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
Saying
Alright,
salad
so
bowl. Copy that.
Let's copy that salad bowl.
alright, so I'll go from bottom up. So
Yeah.
alright,
Bottom
getting a
up.
3% of the
Bottoms
vote. 3% of the vote. Hitman 3.
Yeah.
Nice.
We had a two-way tie after that at 4%.
A January game.
Guardians of the Galaxy
Nice.
and Inscription.
So wait, should we explain what the process was?
Sure, we can stop right there.
So wait, this is the top 10, right?
Yeah, so we had our patrons submit what they thought was their game of the year, and we took all those almost over 600 submissions,
Yeah.
and we took the 10 that got the most submissions and put them into a poll that we put up late last week, and our patrons got to vote on those 10, and this is the final results.
Right. Thanks.
Nice.
So as I said, Hitman with 3%, Hitman 3 with 3%, and then at 4% was Guardians of the Galaxy and Inscription. At 5% we had Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Excellent game.
Nice.
And then we jump up to 9% for It Takes Two.
Nice.
Oh.
Excellent. Excellent.
And then at 14%, Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker.
Nice.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wait,
That's
how many
it.
percent?
14.
That was 14. I actually skipped
14%?
Yeah.
It was meant to
14.
be.
It was meant to be.
Hitman
did that on
3%, Final Fantasy
purpose.
14%.
Wow.
Scripted.
And I apologize. I skipped over at 10% with Psychonauts 2.
Nice, nice.
Oh.
I
Okay.
missed that.
Can't
so
skip
so
that.
sorry.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So our top
Did
three.
patrons vote for like Call of Duty or some shit?
Yeah, what's it gonna be? I wonder. Metroid Dread probably. Yeah, that's a good call.
Our top three, we actually had a tie for second place,
Oh.
both with 15%. Resident Evil Village and
there it is.
Returnal.
Oh, okay.
Making the Patron 2021 Game of the Year at 22%. Metroid Dread.
Wow. Yeah, baby.
Confirming that our audience is mostly Nintendo fans.
Yeah.
Mostly
We
smart.
almost cut it.
Nintendo. Yeah. I know what's coming after.
I think there are a
Metroid
few
Dread.
things
World
we almost
design.
cut.
World
Yeah,
we
design.
almost cut everything.
I got salty as heck during world design.
Like half of
Did
that
you?
list we almost cut,
Damiani
yeah.
said some things about Metroid Dread's music that made me gasp.
What's this, Damiani? What are we doing?
Sorry.
Yeah, why wouldn't they get it?
There you go. So you can see yourself.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
All right, I got our
Good
fates
stuff.
shuffled in here.
So wait, what are we doing?
We're going over our personal
We're doing
picks.
personal
However you wanna-
picks.
however you want to approach that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, our
We
own
ready?
takes on that.
First personal pick coming from me. Nice.
You played yourself.
If I don't talk about a game, that's because I played it and talked about it during GOTYs, and I'm not going to play it anymore. Lost Judgment, I had a wonderful time with you. I'm going to play some other things. I'm playing for Condor, baby. That's what I'm playing. This
Jones
week,
hates Lost Judgment, confirmed.
Grand Theft Auto Trilogy Definitive Edition is unawardable. Couldn't even honorable mention that thing. Didn't even feel it was worth it. But I played all three of them, and I had a good time. But it's like I can't
Dishonorable mention.
I can't put that on my list. We also never played, and I never touched Jackbox Party Pack 8, which did come out in 2021.
That is true.
I will be trying to correct
Wait,
that
didn't we stream that?
in 2022. I don't care what allies don't want to play Jackbox.
We
It's
played
happening.
the what the dub.
Yeah.
Alright.
I will continue playing in 2022 Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm for sure finishing that save file. The War for Wakanda raid was legit. It was like they did it. It was the first time I was like, oh, I actually care about my build, and like, oh, I actually a little extra XP would help. So like, probably getting back into Avengers this year. Shin Megami Tensei 5, I am for sure beating because that game is way too much fun. Started playing Alba, a wildlife adventure, which I didn't bring to GOTYs at all, but that did come out. Shout out to Happy Gaming that I think reviewed that for Showcase, and I'm loving that. It's basically Pokemon Snap, but you just like run around an island.
Nice.
Loop Hero's amazing. I didn't like finish it. I'm not even sure what that is, but I definitely want to finish that. Castlevania Advanced Collection didn't really come up in our
Oh,
GOTYs.
yeah.
I don't know why it would, because it's just a collection, but
It's
like,
cute.
yeah,
That's good.
that's just gonna be on my Switch forever. Pokemon, the two Pokemons had issues, but Shiny Pearl was my first Pearl. My first, you never forget your first Pearl.
Yeah, that was another one I realized when we were going through the deliberations today. He's like, oh yeah, we didn't even bring that up.
So like, I was just deleting a
When
bunch
I
of
was-
stuff from PS5, Xbox.
Late at night, I was like, should we put Pokemon on Best Remaster / Remake? No.
No.
Like, and I was very confident in that opinion.
I haven't played Happy Home Paradise. I did do the update stuff, so I will definitely be checking out Happy Home Paradise and New World.
it out?
I got some buddies that are in there, and they're making a guild, and I'm probably
I didn't read
spend
the
some time in New
details,
World.
but I saw they launched a big update today.
I'm sure they'll do all sorts of things to try to quote unquote fix that game. Here's my top 10, and these are credits. So I finished these games, or I'm like played a ton of them. Number 10, Riders Republic, which I didn't make a honorable mention, and I feel bad because Riders Republic's a lot of fun. It has a lot of problems, but it's so much better than Steep. It is not even funny, and it's like I've said this before, but like improved in all the ways that I said. My ego was like, did they watch my review? Like, of course they didn't, but it just like
They might have.
they made it better, and it's great. Number 9, Hot Wheels Unleashed. Yes.
Yeah.
This game feels so good. It does not run well on Switch. Do not play this game on Switch. But I've been playing this game on PC, and it's so great. They didn't have microtransactions for a while. Now there's like packs and packs and packs of stuff you can buy. But even just getting the currency from the game and going through the campaign and stuff like that, all really, really fun. Number 8, Marvel Future Revolution. Gotta bring some mobile.
Oh,
Gotta
what
bring
is
some
that?
mobile. Even just saying the name of the game makes Bloodworth chuckle.
You got a knee slap
The
too.
auto battling.
This is auto battling. This is Marvel Ultimate Alliance MMO on mobile looks better than Ultimate Alliance 3 on Switch. They added Magic, who is like probably gonna make a big splash in the MCU coming soon. Who's in?
Johnson?
They added Magic Johnson, which I was surprised. Larry Bird is next, and Magic's going to be in the RTS that not Spire, but
Midnight Suns?
the Midnight Suns. Magic is in there, and I was like, oh, I don't know Magic, and then like 2 months later, Future Revolution's like, here goes Magic.
From Runaways? Or wait?
She's like summons demons. She's got a big ass sword.
She's from New Mutants.
They added a Sinister Six thing that was like temporaries over the holidays. Sinister Six, go for it. They're gone. They
Sinistix?
can't do it now. Sinistix mode.
Sinistix.
There's so much stuff. Avengers could learn so much from that game, and it's totally free. And I had a lot of fun playing this year. Number 7, Mass Effect 1. Because I haven't played 2 or 3, but that game rules. There were so many things people were like, "Oh, you won't like this about that game." Loved it. Like literally driving that dumb thing around every planet was like one of my highlights of the like. I completely fell in love with my crew. I like by the end of that game, it was like, oh, that one decision. Oh, even when chat was like, you killed that guy by accident. You just didn't. You went left and not right, and you killed a man. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I had a good time on a Mass Effect 2. Number 6, Resident Evil Village, for all of the things that I said comparing it to other games and GOTYs. That I played that game 4 times. That game is a lot of fun.
It's too bad you hate it.
Watch the Magnum. Yeah. Too bad it's the easiest game to mock from 2021. No, that's abandoned. But better than Resident Evil Village, number 5, Unpacking, which made me weep. Possibly shame at my weepness, because it's just like I have very little in common. Even though this is an artistic person who plays D&D, who's had apartments and clearly went to like an art college. This is so different of a person from me, and I don't know what they look like. Like I'm just going through their junk, and like it was so cool. And there's something about pixels, man. There's something about putting pixels on pixels. Just when that stuff locks in, it's like so satisfying. So just to expect the like, yay toothbrush, yay toilet paper, like that was my expectations, and then like, you know, that person finding love, and I'm like, ah, like
No spoilers, John.
yeah. You too might find love in life.
Not bloody likely.
Number 4, Resident Evil 4 VR,
JK, baby.
which, man, just go to the VR section of our deliberations. I don't want to go on too much about it, but played that game 2.5 times. Started my second playthrough and was
Wow.
like, I should stop. Because that second playthrough was very fast, because I skipped all the cutscenes and just, you know, I had better weapons and stuff. But then you unlock the rocket launcher, and then it's like, that could be a whole nother playthrough, but time to move on. Number 3, It Takes
There
Two.
it is.
It Takes
Is
Two.
what?
I was waiting for her to text me. She's like, I heard that.
It Takes Two, man. I just thought it kind of hopscotched around the story, and so the story didn't have as much impact as it could, because it like felt like a book, and some of my favorite like literary narratives kind of stick the landing in terms of like me getting to the end and being like, I knew we were going here. And at the end of It Takes Two, I was like, cool. You know, it's like, I'm great, good for them. Like, but it's not like, oh, totally. That was totally going to be the last level. It's like the only thing that takes away. And without a doubt, the 2 games that just made my jaw drop all year. Number 2, Valheim, which, holy cow, Minecraft all over again. Like I remember ye old days of playing Minecraft on my like lousy Mac laptop for the first time, and just going into completely dark caves with this super dumb looking torch, and just terrified, hearing spiders, and like, ah, you know, like, and really going back to like horror games don't make me that scared. What was it? It was just like the random nature of the world. And just going out into an ocean, it's like, I gotta get to this continent. I gotta go. Okay. And then just see like, what the hell is that? Like serpent. I'm like, no. And like, I'm not scared of the cutscene or my health dropping. Like, I have a lot of stuff on me.
Right.
Does it float? I don't know. I didn't read the wiki. Like, it was so gripping, and like, and like, it kind of had a narrative, like getting the ritual and going to the ritual site and like putting the thing, like, oh, there's a riddle. I think it means this object. And like, yeah, 10 of those. Like, oh, I gotta go 5 more. And then coming back later, put it all on there in the ground. Like, when the boss shows up, like, oh, all by myself. You're totally supposed to play multiplayer,
Yeah.
completely alone.
So rad.
Talking to friends later who are like, oh, did you play that with friends? I'm like, nope. Just me and my
that was
dumb self.
Surprising.
And number 1, spoilers if you watched our GOTYs. I measure happiness in games in seconds, and there was no second of Forza Horizon 5 that didn't make me happy. From the moment I booted that game up, I was like, whoops, I guess I should have been playing Forza 1, 2, 3, and 4. but maybe I can rectify that by playing more 5.
I think 5 is kind of all
But
of them.
It
But
just
now-
is so damn fun and doesn't. It's like everything, you know. It's
They're
like
all different locations.
I don't want to
so
twist
it
this into
feels
a
kind of-
review
yeah.
thing because you should be reviewing Forza Horizon 5, not me. But when I was reading your script, I was like, Blood's right, and yet I would just skip that mode and go do something else if I encountered that problem. Like, it's so breezy in terms of like how quickly you can do. You were like, you can't modify cars like to win races, and I was like, I would get 8th and just be like, whatever. Like, it was just so fun and goofy, and
It is funny
and
because
the
like, how-
attitude fit, and that's the thing. The right attitude in Riders does not fit. 10 on the list. The attitude in Forza, not perfect, but still very much like, this is a recording. I'm a DJ, but you know,
They say
so
your
much,
name.
so much better. They do. It's
And
creepy.
they pronounce it correctly.
They do.
In my case.
Oh man, it freaks me out every time.
Oh, I love it.
Hello,
Brendan?
Ben.
Hello, Brendan. And the best was like, I booted up right as Amanda came in, and she's like, so Milo will get up. I was like, I know it says my name. And she's like, the TV just said your name. Like, I know. We're friends.
Welcome back.
I
Welcome back, Brendan.
Yeah.
Yay, 2021. That's my list.
Nice.
Great list.
Thanks. You're waiting.
What?
It's
No,
funny because
good.
the
I love
thing
it.
you're talking about, that criticism I had about modifying the cars before races, they called that an exploit and like patched it out like right after my review.
Oh, wow. Because I haven't, like, modding cars, I have not really.
They listen,
I just,
dude.
I spend more time getting new cars than, like, messing with the cars I already have. Not to mention my favorite game, which is the Another Car game with Milo, where he's just like, another car? I'm like, I like to, okay. Put up another car, and they watch it for 30 seconds. Nah.
Another car.
Next car.
Kid loves cars.
Yeah. Really want to get him to Returnal, but it's just, you know.
One day,
He sucks at it. I'll be frank.
I'll train him.
God,
me.
stream.
Train both of
Get
you.
into
Oh
a big
my
meeting, talk
gosh.
about goals. That's a goal.
He'll surpass me,
Brad
I'm
trains
sure.
Milo.
Returnal is too easy.
Coming up next.
You guys are just good at video games. That's the
just
problem.
kidding. You.
Fuck, man. All right. Well, I guess that's enough me coming up with ideas from what other people say.
Yeah.
All right. My blind spots. I haven't finished whatever it's called. If one evening, 4 travelers, whatever. But it seemed really cool. I
right.
haven't finished it. I haven't done Chicory yet. I haven't done Unpacking yet. Those are my big ones that I think I should do that I haven't. Today, while I was monitoring chat and monitoring the streaming, I got ending 3 of Forgotten City, start to finish. I have still to get the like real ending, but
Yeah, don't quit if you're
no,
enjoying it. Yeah.
no. That game
Is that
pretty
game
dope.
good?
I was telling Brad, I'm like, if you like time loop, talking to people, like social deduction puzzles, like that kind of stuff, you'll dig it. If you don't, you
Let me
won't.
just dig into my deep expanse of
Yeah.
whatever that was.
If you like sexy brutal, you'll love Forgotten City. No, I like it so far.
Nice, nice.
Okay. Shout out to the Quake re-release. If you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Quake. I grew up playing a lot of Quake. I love Quake. Yeah. Valheim. I love it. Gut Pit hype.
I watched many
Russian
hours of
Fishing
you.
4.
When I was done playing Valheim, I watched Valheim.
Yeah, dude.
Watched your whole
You gotta
saga.
come help
That's
me.
how you know
Huber
you're
and
into a
Sophia
game.
the whole
When
crew.
you're done
Wow.
playing it,
Uh,
You watched
watch it.
all of it?
I watched all of it
What?
because I didn't want to watch it before, and then once I started, I couldn't stop because it was like.
Okay.
It's how I imagine people felt about like tabletop, where they're just like, man, once you get in,
I love that.
There's no
That's
getting
so
out.
wholesome.
It was.
Thank
you.
you. No, yeah, come help us beat Bone Mask, hey?
Yeah.
Cool.
Goals.
Yeah. Shout out to Tormented Souls.
Shout out to Tormented Souls.
That game
Cool
is
game.
dank as hell. I really like it.
I actually thought about just ceding all my time to talk about Tormented Souls, even though it's like not in my top 10.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, these aren't really in an order, but big ol' shout out to ACNHHHP. Love it. Super good expansion, super good 2.0. Just everything about it was really, really good. I'll get to the end, Sophia. Apparently it's delightful. RE Village was super fun, really good. Really fun to like, Sophia and I like played it and like she was watching me play and it was just a blast. Forgotten City I already said. SMT 5's shocker of the year
Yeah.
for me, like personally. I didn't think I'd be so into it. It came out of the woodwork like
Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem did, yeah, where I was just like, shit, I love this. Really into it. And I mean, like, no surprise, obviously, Outer Wilds Echoes of the Eye is my favorite thing this whole year. Just loved every second of it. I think that's it. I'll probably think of like 7 more as you guys talk,
Right.
but whatever. That'll do it for me. Yay.
Yeah, who's on?
Outer Wilds. Wordle.
Bam! Skipped over blood. Almost went straight to the.
Yeah, we almost did it.
That was funny.
I didn't put these in any particular order, and also I need to pull them up 1 second.
Pull them up.
Yeah, I like Forza
Oh.
also. I like Forza.
Do I have any honorable mention? I want to give an honorable mention to Resident Evil Village. I don't think it quite makes my top 10, but I really like that game. Had a blast. Can't wait for the DLC.
Yeah.
No
yeah,
particular order here. Let's talk about Psychonauts 2. Psychonauts 2 is one that I feel like I didn't really have an opportunity to talk about that game as much as I wanted to in GOTY deliberations. And as somebody who really enjoyed Psychonauts 1, Psychonauts 2 was kind of a dream come true. It's definitely my wife's favorite game of the year. But just the sheer creativity in that game was incredible. But kind of unlike Psychonauts 1, I feel like the execution was matched the ideas that it had, where it would have just the most abstract level that you could possibly think of, but it had tightened the nuts and bolts of it that it was as much fun to play as it was to listen to or to look at. And the hub is wonderful, not only learning about the world through the characters, but just running around and finding secrets. It's a delightful game. It's a game that like you play and you can't help but have a smile on your face. Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah.
This one is interesting to me because I feel like every time I talk about Monster Hunter Rise, I shit on Monster Hunter Rise. But I think it's just coming from a place of being such a big fan of Monster Hunter. That's why I'm so critical of it. Because I love that it's not just World 2. I think the wire bug, the traversal, and how that works with combat and exploration is super fun. I love the vibes of that game. It's the kind of game where you come into it. It's kind of like Animal Crossing in that sense, except you're hunting. But everyone is just so happy, and it's fun whether you're with friends or not. Forza Horizon 5 is like the game. It was just my chill out game. It's a game that I did not take very seriously, but I would just relax with, pour a drink, play some Forza Horizon 5, chill out. It is so beautiful and fun, and it's like it's on Game Pass. And it feels like car therapy in a way, where I'm somebody, like, I feel like because Forza Horizon 5 was so goddamn chill, it, like, made cars not intimidating to me. And I was like, I think it has actually made me more interested in cars and racing, just because it was so inviting and fun. And I feel like, kind of as an outsider to the racing scene, it was like a perfect gateway for me.
It was the almonds that spilled after all.
No More Heroes 3. I think I'm the only No More Heroes 3 champion at Easy Allies. And I do wish another ally could have gotten to play the game just so I could have freaked out with them about how much insane shit happens. We kind of talked about the ending in Deliberations, but there's so much more.
I did watch a lot of review
that-
footage.
Yeah. It's a wild game.
When we were like scanning through it, I was like, I remember some of this.
Yeah, it's
Wild.
It's absolutely insane. It's the best way that I can sum it up is I love feeling passion when I'm consuming something, and like Suda's heart is all over this. Like he geeks out in such an endearing way, in a way that I can relate to, that it is a blast to be a part of. Halo Infinite. One of the games I played the most this year.
Shit, I forgot that one.
I didn't like sit down and like count up the hours, but it just feels that way. I played a shit ton of Halo Infinite. Grew up with Halo, love Halo with all my heart. Have some complaints with Halo Infinite, but I had way more fun than I did not. The multiplayer somehow feels fresh and classic at the same time. I like a lot of the quick play maps. The campaign, just that grappling hook. I loved the moments where it would just be like, I'm just going to scale this mountain just cuz. It worked super well with the Halo sandbox. It was a good time. Inscription is a game I didn't finish, and is still one of the best experiences that I had playing a video game this year. It is the kind of game where you play it and you're like, the people who made this are incomprehensibly smart. Like, it's just such an interesting concept for a game. And the less you know about it, the better, and so I won't get too much into it, but it's so wild and new, and it shows that innovation, how gripping it can be. Like, it kind of feels familiar, but also like something you've never played before, and it is a trip that fucks with your mind in the best way. Shin Megami Tensei 5, there was no way I wasn't going to like this game. But it being as good as it was is awesome. Despite the story maybe not being quite as good as I want it to be, the combat was absolutely sublime, and surprisingly exploration, like some of my favorite exploration that I've ever done in a turn-based JRPG. Absolutely phenomenal, and I've been able to talk a lot about it. Metroid Dread. I feel like I'm hotter on this than some of the other allies, but it was a game that I was just absolutely glued to from beginning to end. I love Metroid, and I felt like it really hit the high standards of the series, which, you know, I think when you are combining nostalgia with a brand new game, it can be a hard bar to hit, but just the story was surprisingly gripping to me, and the final confrontation was just absolutely spectacular. I loved it.
Hell yeah.
Guilty Gear Strive is a perfect personal pick for me, because it was the first time I actually competed in EVO, and so I think like it has that memory with it for me too.
Did you win?
No, I got fucking annihilated.
Oh,
I got
damn.
destroyed.
Cool.
But it's a game that like I think is objectively good, but subjectively, like, it's the kind of experience I wish everybody could have, where like there were just a lot of days where I was just sitting around laughing, playing fighting games with friends, and I loved it. And like it really showed to me that like with the right fighting game, with the right level of excitement, it can really bring people together in such a cool way. And if you love it, like the energy, you could just live off of it. It's so palpable.
True.
It's really awesome. Shocked, but there's no game that I loved more this year than Returnal. And like, boy, Game of the Year sure is wild, because if you would have asked me like a month ago what my Game of the Year would have been, I don't even know if Returnal would have been a consideration for the #1 pick. But I just got to this point when I was playing it like right at the deadline for Game of the Year, where I was like, yeah, this is it. This is the best game of the year. It is sublime. We talk about it ad nauseum in deliberations, so if you want more, my opinion, listen to that. But it is just, it's everything. It's the entire package. It is incredible gameplay, incredibly smart mechanics, a really personal story told in an interesting way, and it's something that I feel like I could boot up at any moment and have just as much fun with. That's it.
Nice.
Can I add Halo and
No.
Inscription to mine?
Yeah. Go for it.
That's it. I'm
That's
just
it.
adding those to mine.
You're not gonna say anything about it?
No.
For the record.
Yeah, put it on the record.
You like him, yeah.
I like it.
Okay,
I'm just shooting at the old thumbs up. Yeah.
Michael Damiani.
Michael Damiani.
You want to sit here, Damiani?
Well, I'm curious about this list.
Yeah.
I don't know much outside of one.
Yes, 1 was the best game of the year.
Yeah.
One. You didn't play 1?
Neo.
One.
Where have you been?
Greatest game
Oh,
ever.
1. Add it to your list.
Your three's friend.
Too busy playing threes.
Yeah.
That's right. 3s was like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Don't even know if you're trolling or not. I'm so tired.
It's on mobile. It's on Luna exclusive.
Oh, okay.
No, all right. The fun thing about this list is I finally figured out how to do a numbered list where 10 doesn't offset everything. I just use X now
Oh my
instead. Like for 30 years, I was
love
just
that.
always bugged me.
It's funny.
Instead of putting a 0 in front of everything, which is like looks tacky as hell, I was like,
It only works
that's
if
just
you
fun.
bring
And
it back.
I love it. So I'm putting X.
I
So
love
I was
putting
like,
zeros
Of course
in
you love
front.
this.
So happy.
It's unhinged.
I'm gonna start doing
number.
that. That's
I like
excellent.
it.
I love
Just
that.
mixing it up there.
Oh, that's
Brilliant.
So if you're making a 1 through 10
Fascinating
and you don't like that, just use an X.
I'm gonna start.
How do you
doing
make a 10 without a 0, huh? Riddle me
just
that.
the X.
The X.
Just the X. X.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Oh,
So caffeine up.
Now I understand what you're talking about.
Well, this game at 10 also has a Roman numeral in it as well. Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster.
Oh,
here.
The
And,
curveball.
big curveball.
it was really nice to have that. The soundtrack alone for that was really impressive. It was just like the new arrangements they did, because Square Enix has kind of been like hit or miss with those new arrangements, like Final Fantasy X HD. I didn't really like a lot of those new arrangements, but this one, every single one, just like nailed it and hit it out of the park. And the game really held up for me, and like all those quality of life features they added to it made it really nice. It's also the easiest version, so if you've ever tried Final Fantasy IV before and you
really?
struggled with it, this version is very very easy. The only hard part's the final boss. Like it does like this. The last zone and the final bosses have like a huge spike, but
Yeah,
like
but you're saying it's easier than the Super NES OS version?
yeah, it's
Huh.
as far as I can tell. Like I was like over level for everything, just traveling normally. But yeah, if you do the Jones thing and grind for a little bit, you will just
Jones thing.
obliterate everything. But yeah,
Jones, you're associated with grinding, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, baby.
yeah,
So 6 is next month.
supposedly.
Supposedly they haven't said officially. Okay, sorry.
Supposedly.
Sorry, don't mean to derail.
Supposedly.
Chat's lighting me up right now.
Number 9 was Nikena Bridge of Spirits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really beautiful game. Really good story. Broken up pretty much into different acts, and it's kind of nice how they did that. And you learn this like really touching story about this kind of like, it seems like an abandoned village, but maybe it's not really abandoned. Really like so much of the gameplay and the mechanics of it. I can't wait to see what they do next, Ember Lab, because the Pikmin stuff I think could definitely be pushed a little bit further.
Yeah,
There's so much potential with that. And while I think the combat system is almost there, it would be nice if they take some of that feedback to heart, because I think there's a nice balance they can strike. But man, the music in that game and like the visuals in that game, and that was their first effort. Like the next games are going to be insane, I think. Number 8, Scarlet Nexus. Just because this game was just so surprising, I had very middling expectations for this game, and I think the point that it hit me that this game was kind of cool to play was when I was basically surfing on top of a bus using like my mind powers to like just like surf it across like a wave of enemies, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. I like this. And then the mixture of the different special powers that each of your teammates have, how it does a party system, is very innovative. That you eventually have access to up to 8 different special powers that are based on cooldown, and you can mix and match them, and it helps you attack enemies from different. You can take different approaches at them. For a real-time combat system, it's basically what I think another game on this list will be in a little bit, but maybe Tales should strive for in the future, and also some stuff I hope from like other similar games. Like I hope like FF7 Remake would maybe dabble into this with the materia system, perhaps, because it's very very innovative. That and the hacking stuff was kind of cool, like the brain hack stuff, and a decent story. This one's for Huber, but also I actually did like this one at number 7, Streets of Rage 4, Mr. X's Nightmare. Just an absolute blast to play that co-op. Cannot say how addictive it is with those stacking powers, like the gamble you take when you choose a power and who you give it to, and then what the next room might hold. Like it's just, I like that feeling, and it's really good because the two of you or 3 of you, whoever you're playing with, like it's like you're all in that situation together and you're dealing with that chaos. And Hubert and I, we wanted to get to like that level 30, and then we did the floor 30. We didn't quite get there. That's what we thought was the end of the game, but you know, we kept pushing for that.
There definitely was that feeling of trust where it's like, who should take this? You want to take this? Okay, we're giving this to you. You know, like,
Counting on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
if you're all playing together, you get something good, but then you go to the next area and it's like, okay, I gotta perform.
well,
I've been elevated.
it's great because you get to know people's play styles and their personalities in game. So it's like you're totally getting that. But then if someone falls in battle, you have to forsake a power up opportunity for a revival opportunity. So like you can be like, no, I don't want you, but you can stick with them if you want. Number 6 is Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. It's Bowser's Fury, but that's like the full title.
Sick.
But Bowser's Fury is the one that's here at number 6, not Super Mario 3D World. If Bowser's Fury was like 15 hours or more, it would have been in our Game of the Year discussion. Another DLC expansion type game would have absolutely been deserving of that. And as much as I want Odyssey 2, I'm now in this limbo where I want an Odyssey 2 and I want Bowser's Fury follow-up. And I don't know if I can have both. I mean, I hope Nintendo gives me both, but man, that game was just everything. I always wondered what open world style Mario would be like and the pitfalls that might come with it, and this just answered every question and just demonstrated. It just had so many flashes of brilliance in that game. And yeah, I would even say at this point I'd rather have a true follow-up to this if it meant no Odyssey 2. In fact, that's what I'm hoping for. That's why we haven't seen an Odyssey 2, because they're working on a 3D Mario open world game. Number 5, Tales of Arise. Again, Tales of the Budget goes a long way. It's nice to get a solid Tales game after going back and forth so much and being kind of middling for a while. Like they weren't really terrible Tales games. They were just mainly like average. The swimming in sevens is basically what the Tales series for me has been since Vesperia came out 14 years ago now. 13 years ago, whatever, over a decade ago. And Arise was just nice to like have Tales look good, feel good to play. It didn't look so dated anymore, and that trick's only going to work once. Obviously, whatever comes next, I will be expecting a lot more of it, but this was a good way to convince me that they were at least taking the series a little bit more seriously and putting some effort in. It has some issues towards the end, but man, that startup, the first half of the game is pretty strong. Number 4, Metroid Dread. Pretty much everything that's been said so far about it, I pretty much agree with. The only thing that really held it back for me, here's where like I put it in my top 5. Yet I'm gonna start shitting on it too. just the soundtrack. I mean, having a strong soundtrack is something that goes hand in hand with the best Metroid experiences I've had. Super Metroid, Zero Mission, Metroid Prime. Just every zone pretty much had very identifiable and unique themes that added to the personality and really put me in there. However, it does say a lot that despite not having that, I think so highly of it. It has like one of the best combat systems in a Metroid game. It's basically, I feel like in some alternate reality, Other M in 3D was trying to go for like this like they had figured out this parry system and done that for maybe Other M would have gone over a little bit better gameplay wise. Not to say about story, but story wise, man, this is like how you do Metroid storytelling. If you want to get as involved, like this is like that sweet spot, I feel like. And yeah, just like the world design was pretty good for it. You know, maybe not aesthetically my favorite, but how everything linked together and the way you were naturally either filtered into areas or you could try and figure out your own way to backtrack. It gave you all the tools to suit whatever way you wanted to try and tackle it. So yeah, pretty and great to have a proper new Metroid after how like I wanted it to do well, because you know now I have sky high expectations for Metroid Prime 4. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade was my number 3.
Yes.
Just yeah, I mean Remake was my personal game of the year last year. This was an excellent addition. Was not expecting this whatsoever. Took a character who, for me, had a great like personality and stood out, but was largely a side character for me in the OG one, and put her, Yuffie, into such prominence. The soundtrack in that game, like the jazz influence, especially for that battle theme, is just
excellent. This shows me there's so much more they can do with that game soundtrack, and I can't wait for what's to come. Also, just adding more set dressing to the way you traverse environments. Like, they are really starting to understand what it's going to take to mask like the quote-unquote linear corridor progression. Did not ever feel like a chore. It felt like I was actively doing stuff every moment in that game. Whether you're using her like projectiles to hit stuff to like change switches, the wall running, like it was like a more acrobatic character. It makes me think like I people tried to tell me that Red 13's not gonna be playable. Like yeah, of course Red 13's gonna be playable in the next one. Like if they made Yuffie do all this shit, like Red 13's gonna be playable.
Yeah, come on.
Like I can't wait. Like there's
said that.
and like so like I can't wait to see all the new playable characters. Like this is exciting. And like the teases, it was so integral to the story with that ending and showing you where we're probably gonna start in part 2.
I just want that Cosmo Canyon theme.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's coming,
Yes,
baby.
it's coming.
It's gonna hit hard, man. It's coming.
Number 2, Resident Evil Village.
There it is.
Yeah, Resident Evil Village. I love that game. I played it to death. Just ever since we played those demos, those weird ass time demos. Remember how they handled those?
Yeah.
You can only between the hours of 2 and 4 Central
They
Time.
like walked it all back. They gave us an extra day or something because they were like, that was stupid.
It was basically
That was
Cartman Land. They pulled it off. Like you wanted to play it as much as you can, but then you weren't allowed to. It was just. I thought it was just so well put together. It had such great moments. I really liked the world design. That's why it came up for me a lot in that discussion. And I will defend it by saying I think for a long time now Resident Evil has been very campy, and that has been the point of Resident Evil since probably 4. It has just gone off the deep end, and this is I feel like if you like Resident Evil 4, it's a little weird that you don't like Resident Evil Village campiness, but that's me. You know, my opinion.
Shots, dude.
Say bye. It's okay. And it was the first game that felt like in the vein of RE4 in terms of aesthetic and atmosphere. After going to so many different places, I really like this kind of like this familiar feeling. And then number 1, obviously, Endwalker. Don't really know if you want me to say anything else I haven't said about it.
No.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that the latest expansion for the critically acclaimed?
I will say this: you can buy it again.
You can buy it now?
Final Fantasy 14 is back on sale again, so if you weren't able to buy the game, it's back on sale. And shout outs to them for finally opening up the Oceania servers, so New Zealand and Australian players can finally play with no latency and understand what it's like to play the game for real.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brad Ellis.
I knew it was going to be Brad.
Me?
Felt it.
Okay.
Brad.
Felt it.
All right. I'm selfish human. I play a lot of games this year, so I got a lot of honorable mentions. But
Nice.
the only honorable mention that have not finished so far is Shin Megami Tensei 5. Game's cool. I really like it. All right, so let's go. We'll go through this quickly. Scarlet Nexus. Sick game. Lost Judgment. Sick game. They're all sick games. Ender Lilies.
Yeah.
Quietest of the Nights.
Can I add Ender
No.
Lilies to mine?
Record of Lotus War. D-Lit and Winter Labyrinth. Bad name. Good game. Near Replicant. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Shout out, Neil.
Ghost of Tsushima, Iki Island, Tormented Souls, Kanan Bridge of Spirits, and Cyber Shadow.
Nice.
All right, let's go top 10. Oh, and It Takes Two for Shadow.
I'm really glad that you keep remembering Cyber Shadow because it was so early.
It was really early in the year.
And then it feels like ages ago.
Well, because I track every game I beat for
Right.
the year, so I just look at the list.
Yeah, I started
at the
doing
end
that
of
this
the
year too.
Whenever
but
you
like,
say Cyber Shadow, I think Ghost Runner.
yeah.
Right.
Close
Me
enough.
too.
You're a
Wait,
cyborg.
Is it?
You're a cyborg ninja.
Well,
but
there's
it's
It's
pretty
Mega Man.
different, but sure.
It's
Right.
Ninja
Did you
Gaiden.
include
Mixed with Mega Man.
gratuitous
The Messenger.
Tormented
I
Souls?
forgot. I forgot too. I know. I did a great troll though. I think you weren't here yet, but I did a good troll.
Okay.
Go
All right.
watch the video.
Number 10 is Neo, The World Ends With You. I never thought I would get anything from this game again.
Yeah.
And it felt real good to come back to this universe. Great new cast. Translates the combat into a different way, but it works well because it's not dual screen anymore.
I have to add something to this.
Yes.
It's behind the scenes, and I know it's a little unfair because he's not here. But when we were prepping, like the night before the deliberations, Huber added the game to Best Remaster Remake. And I'm like, that's not a remaster. It's a new game. Huber, it's a new game.
It's okay. He was just trying to give us a shout out.
Yeah.
It was very confusing. There were like four like World Ends With You things happening at the same time, though.
There's
It was very confusing.
So funny.
There was a remaster a couple years ago.
yeah on like Switch
I thought they
and
were both the
phone.
same.
Then
Wow.
there was the anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And-
right. They had the
That-
anime.
Number 9 is Monster Hunter Rise. I am by no means a Monster Hunter expert, but it was a hell of a lot of fun slaying monsters with all my friends. The wire bug was a ton of fun, incredibly OP, but super fun. And as a longsword wielding weeb, the longsword moveset was really good this time around. I really liked it.
What's the Gatling gun? What's the smart gun? And I found my new class. What is it? The heavy gun?
The bow gun?
The heavy bow gun? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fell in love. I didn't know.
Number 8 is Halo Infinite. The most fun I've had with the Halo campaign since 3. It was really fun to go back to the universe. I'm glad they tried something different with the campaign. And the multiplayer was a ton of fun. I really had a great time with it. Number 6 is Metroid Dread. I love Metroid. It's been a long time since there's been a new Metroid, so it's good to come back. I'm glad I like the Emmy gimmick. I think they did a little too many times, but I'm really glad it's in there, and I think it helped the game stand apart. Great game. Number 5 is Death's Door. Just some weird little game where you're a crow that kills and harvests souls. I loved it. Great music, great environment. It's Zelda. I'm going to use this word, so don't freak out, chat. Mixed with Dark Souls. Deal with it.
Oh, I mean, Souls is your currency.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get away from it.
You know,
like, that's what it's supposed
when you
to be.
bring up Dark Souls, people have like an aneurysm about it.
I know.
That's mostly when I do it.
Sure.
Door Souls is
Yeah,
pretty
Dark
good.
Souls. There you
Can't wait for
go.
Elden Ring.
Yeah, dude.
Number 4 is
Let's talk about
Resident
Dark
Evil
Souls.
Village.
You.
Loved playing through this game first time. Such a great time. Loved it. Beat this game like 5 times.
It's a door game.
It is a door game. But yeah, I loved Mercenaries was back. That was a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
hell yeah. Number 3, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission version 2.0, whatever you want to call it, was my personal game of the year last year. Final Fantasy VII is one of my all-time favorites, so giving a better version of this game with new content is a dream come true for me. Number 2 is it's Returnal. Love Returnal. Housemark. You did it, bros. You made it. You did it. Your best game yet. Congratulations. This game was sick. I highly recommend to everyone to play it if you love tight gameplay. It's really rad. Honorable mention also, I forgot to do this, was the Elden Ring network test. Yeah, baby. Get ready.
Oh, can I add that to mine?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brad.
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah.
And
Goaty,
number
goaty.
1 is Endwalker. No questions from me. The culmination after like 10 years of storytelling to deliver in such a way, I applaud you. One of the best Final Fantasies. Period. Final Fantasy 14. Give it a shot.
Yay! Dawn.
Oh shit. Yes.
Got a couple
I cannot wait.
of personal picks to throw onto the heap. I didn't know we were doing a top 10 or anything like that.
That's
You
okay.
don't have to do it.
Anyway, I just have a small handful.
Give us those picks.
Here's my
I have
go-to.
an amazing update.
Yes.
My wife does not have jury duty tomorrow either.
Yay!
Okay, done.
Very nice. Very nice.
Don, shut up.
Yeah, but
Okay,
let's
no,
fucking-
Don, go now.
All right.
Okay, go, Don.
Go.
Take that tape off the couch, though.
No.
Okay.
There may be more cat hair headed my way
Okay,
soon.
okay,
I gotta
okay.
be Somehow I like draped the sweater before I left up from my house, and I was like, I didn't realize it like transferred like a million cat hairs.
Dude,
That sweater in our freaking green screen, bro, covered in your cat.
I just leave my house caked in cat hair and just accept it as
Yeah.
That's your life now.
Well, you got this fancy blue tape now, then. Solve your problem.
Wait, you don't use a roller, you use electrical tape?
Well, I mean, that's all we
That's
got.
painter
I
tape.
think.
Well, whatever.
Get it right. Know your tape.
Sure, whatever.
Blood and I are both just like, that's Pater's tape. I'm so tired.
All right, look. All right. You know I'm always an ambassador for the underdogs. You trade a lot of like dark horses and everything. This year my GOTY is going to a AAA underdog. Okay, this is a major.
Upside down A's.
I know it doesn't make much sense, but listen, hear me out. This is a major franchise, big time budget, legendary pedigree, okay? They had the marketing budget, Ben. Everything was in place for this game to hit it out of the park. And it did it. It hit it out of the park, okay? So because of this, it kind of gets taken for granted a little bit. It hasn't won a lot of the top prizes, even though it's being nominated up there, okay? Arriving on... Should I tell you the game yet? Maybe I should say the game.
No, never tell us the game.
Should I never...
Actually, you know what? I think that's a great idea, John.
I'm not going to say what the title of the game is. You'll get it soon enough. Arriving on time as a new gen experience is very important, Ben.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, we are salivating to see what is it actually going to be to play a fully formed game that is next gen now that we've got these systems.
Right.
You got the Xbox Series X, you got PS5, you got no games, right?
Still true.
Okay, still true. However, there was one that showed up a few months late. They weren't rare right out of the gate, but they were there. What are you doing? Peeking
I don't know.
my
I'm trying to get
Oh, I thought you were
over-
gonna peek my nose. I thought you were gonna peek at my nose.
No.
They arrived a few months into this thing, okay, and they absolutely delivered graphics, lighting, sound design, polished, consistent, wall to wall, nothing glitchy about it anywhere. It just worked very nicely, right? And it showed you this is what gaming is going to be like now, okay?
Can we
What
guess
is
it before you say it?
At the end, yeah, sure, actually.
At the end.
Yeah. I have a guess.
At some point, I'll start naming characters, so that's good.
Oh, okay.
Well,
What does it do? I would have announced the name by now, but I think that's a fun idea. What it does well. I'm going to tell you what it does well. As Isla's suggestion, I'm not going to announce the name. What does it do well? It's a fun, original, fully developed world of story, a fantasy romp across a galaxy of colorful, cartoonish planets, which are each distinct yet believably connected, right? It's a whole world.
It's
it
Endwalker.
feels like you're in a really good Pixar movie. What was that, Jones?
It's Endwalker.
Oh, yeah.
There's your
It's like
giveaway.
a good Pixar movie world in which you get to explore and blow everything to hell with super weaponry.
Yep.
New and returning characters are funny, entertaining.
Astrobot.
Everything is solid right here. Satisfying traversal through the worlds. Brad, I know you're a big fan of this. Massive scale. Everywhere you go. Everything. Large, okay? Imposing. Rocket, gravity boots, rift tether. It feels good to move around in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Epic set pieces on rails, Ben. I know you're not a big fan of rails, but when things are this,
I love rails.
when things get this epic,
I
Ben,
love rails.
I think even you can enjoy it. It was an absolute blockbuster experience, spectacular. You know, all of this complemented by the superior presentation. Okay, few games, even up to this point, have actually demonstrated what this new gen's haptics are capable of. I'm sorry, this game, from mushy footsteps, okay, to thousands of metal, tinkling pin drops, a shrapnel falling all around you, you can really feel it. They connect you to the gameplay, Ben. It makes a difference. I was laughing about haptics not much more than a year and a half ago, Ben. Now I'm a believer. You know that?
Listen up,
because
Ben.
of this
Do you
game.
know what I hate more than rails? Haptics.
I thought you were going to say something else. All right. So the haptics in this.
The blue tape.
The haptics, you gotta feel them to believe them, and they're here. They've arrived. It's the real deal, okay? What else is good about this game?
Talk about the soundtrack.
Soundtrack story. We're gonna get there. The
How many of these do you have?
the weapons. I'll just mention real quick. I'll speed it up. I don't have that many choices I listed, so I'm kind of milking a little. But look, the executor. This is a great weapon. Okay, for sure. I'll spare you. I was gonna explain it. I'll just start skipping around a little bit. We gotta get out of here. The glitch sections, where he's exploring. You're like this little what is it, like a spider-like battle?
Yeah.
tank.
Oh, yeah. The little
you're
virus thing.
hacking,
Yeah.
you're kind of wiping out these sort of cybernetic kind of viruses inside of the machine. the graphics inside of these machines when you're at the microscopic level, I mean, they could make a whole game of this. It's an absolute wonderland. Beautiful and fun. It's like a bonus, you know, they're like bonus levels, but they're fun breaking the action.
Yeah.
And I think if they took it a little further, they could make a whole spin-off around this. Clank sections, puzzling, I absolutely love this. You have the clone army of yourself. You got to navigate through these sort of interdimensional obstacle courses. Really nice challenge. Never too much that it's a big speed bump that breaks it up, but just a nice thing to split it up. All of these reasons and some others I skipped over. Rift Apart, I think, is just rock solid. Still one of the few games that stands out as next gen, and I loved it. And look, this is up there. Everyone's talking about it, but it's not really winning everything because everyone's just like, yeah, it's great.
Don, there was
like,
a point this year I thought it was gonna sweep. I was like, we did
yeah,
it. This is the game
easily could have.
because
Apparently, it was kind of funny's game of the
it's
year.
kind of like It Takes
Oh, really?
Two, where it's like hard to really find a ton of faults. You know?
They like rails and haptics.
That's true.
Yeah, they love rails
Anyway,
and haptics.
it's amazing.
Kind of funny's
somehow.
game of the year.
It's recognized yet
Spoilers.
underrated. You're absolutely right. Look at that. Movie Suicide agrees.
There
Okay.
you go.
Couple
Look
of
at that.
quick,
Kind of funniest game of the year.
couple of quick honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let them loose.
Very quickly.
COVGM giving us.
Are these Dawn
yeah,
quick or
yeah.
actually quick?
These will be real quick.
All right.
Take your time.
They don't have to
bro.
be.
It's true. It's very validating.
How you feeling?
right,
You
right.
okay?
I'm-
You want some of this?
I'm
tape?
still seething about the rails, honestly.
Just thinking about them
Yeah.
since I'm on.
Ben hates rails.
Oh my gosh.
They sent
It's
him
like
off
Ben's
the
never
rail.
even played Sonic.
Yeah, dude.
Or Tony Hawk.
Sonic used to have dignity. The rails
That's true,
came in.
actually.
Time
All
splitter.
right.
Maybe.
Well, this is bringing back respect to rails, as we all
Lots
know.
of rails and It Takes Two.
Yeah,
True.
these are good rails.
Yeah, that
like
game didn't
The
win
good
Game of the Year
rails.
for a reason.
Creative director of Downward World. All right, we'll get there. So let's see. Here's the next
Will
one.
we?
Jurassic World Evolution.
I was waiting for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think this was going to make this list. I'll be honest. I didn't voice a lot of my skepticism, but
You
I
were
was
skeptical.
very skeptical
We had a
behind the
very
scenes
serious
about
talk.
this game.
Yeah.
Nervous. Most
Yeah.
of the stuff these developers were hyping up before the release, I was not. I said, you know what? I don't like these changes they're making. Turned out I loved them. Real quickly, the new environments make a huge difference. Jurassic Park and World got pigeonholed into this tropical locale. Dinosaurs in general, I think, just in pop culture, have gotten pigeonholed into this tropical locale.
Preach.
As a child growing
Hear,
up
hear.
reading dinosaur books, the imagery we saw was of, massive North American landscapes, the mountains, tall trees, so this is where we are now, and deserts, just different landscapes that we've been stuck in for the last couple decades with Jurassic Park and World. It's made a big change. All the extra animations and interactions between the dinosaurs especially is constantly fun to discover. The money challenge that they've added to this game is critical. It improves it so much. It was not there before. You could just make money in the original game, and that really wasn't something that was preventing you from operating your park. Now they've added just a lot of detail to the upkeep fees and all across the boards. The threat of going bankrupt is always there, and I think that's a good threat to be dealing with while you're trying to manage a dinosaur park. And the modular sections, they added water and aviary, which they could have screwed up so easily. Right? They could have screwed this up.
Can you
This
see
part-
underwater, or do they just swim?
Yeah,
Can
no,
you
can
actually
see
you
under,
can bring the
and,
camera
yeah,
underwater?
So
and
they're
see them swimming
modular.
around?
You
Cool.
can design them, make them as big as you want, which
Oh,
is really
cool.
nice. I expected them to be preset sizes. And yeah, you just seamlessly, Jones, float right into the aviary, float right underwater, however you
That's
want.
cool.
All the details they added around these were just right on. And I think the way they changed the whole, the campaign is essentially a long tutorial now. But they switched it over to make all the movies now the challenge modes. You kind of recreate each one of the movies' scenarios, which is really, really fun. So they added in a whole bunch of fan service with this, which I appreciate a lot. All right, last, real quick, I think here's the dark horse no one saw coming. This game I loved, had a lot of fun with. Controversial somewhat, some people didn't like it. ActRaiser Renaissance.
Oh!
Oh, yeah, I've been
Actually,
curious
good
about
things.
that.
I
about
think
this.
they did
Yeah.
an awesome job. There's
Whoa.
just so much more to this game than you ever expect. They took what it was exactly and just expanded it. But there's so many parts in the game where you're like, this would have been enough, and then they just take it way further. It really feels like a full game. It feels like a full price game to me, honestly. But
It
it's
is a
not.
full game.
It's a $20 game is what I
Right.
mean. It feels like a
right.
$60 game with how much they put into it.
Wait, wasn't it like 40 or am I misremembering?
I
Maybe
I thought it was
25?
29 originally, but now it's 20.
It's been a while.
So
Discount.
Get the
it's
facts
20.
right.
I'll look it up.
Either way, Ben, it's a discount game. Okay, this is a highly discounted game, Ben. You're gonna get your money value in this.
I actually replayed a little bit of the original when I was testing out the retro device I got. So like, yeah, I hooked up my Super NES and I was like,
And you
put
love it.
ActRaiser in. I was like, man, I wonder how that remake is.
The remake
Yeah.
is really good. It's awesome. They expanded on it in all the good ways you want them to. I mean, the story, way more than I expected. It's really fun, like super melodramatic cutscenes. The city building, which I was immediately curious about as soon as they announced this, is
Yeah.
like so full. It just blows your expectations away. And it really has a fully formed tower defense game in it,
$29.99.
which is really fun. What? And I saw $19.99 this morning.
I mean,
Depends on the platform,
when it
maybe.
came out.
Where you
$29.99.
shop?
Yeah, would you play it on Switch?
Yes, I played on Switch. Okay.
You
Yeah,
should be
it
ashamed.
wasn't it announced in
No,
like the
Act-
direct? Like that's when I first
Actraiser
knew
was
about it.
running fine. It was running fine. Switch could handle
I have it
it.
on my Switch too.
Brad's skeptical.
What? It's on Switch. I don't expect it to run good.
All right, it runs pretty good.
It's on other
There's a
stuff,
little
too.
choppiness
Yeah,
here and there, but
PlayStation.
otherwise it's pretty good. Yeah, big game, fun game, really awesome. If you're not bothered by the art style, I think
New
you'll love
music
it.
from Yuzo
Yeah,
Koshiro.
legendary in '90s. Okay,
true.
composer, Streets of Rage, all this stuff we know. The music is actually awesome. Harpsichords and lots of strings, violins, all kinds of stuff. Good stuff, Jones. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
ActRaiser, check it out. That's about it.
Specifically, Jones. Check it out.
Check it out, Jones.
Thank you.
I loved how you were just explaining all this to Ben exclusively.
I know he was most resistant.
We have to delete the VOD because that was just to me.
God, I'm so happy you brought that. Okay.
Yeah, cool pick, John.
So funny.
Picks.
Wrap it up, Lud.
People were saying you were going to say Balan
Wrap
Wonderworld,
it
and I
up.
would not stand for that.
We
if you
got half
brought
an
that.
hour to fill.
We do have half an hour. Should we play some Returnal? Do we have that on the?
Oh sure, baby.
I don't know.
It might be on there.
If you want to like plug it in,
Download it.
download it.
Well, it's on my account.
Here, while you
Ben's.
talk, I'll download it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrections. Look, there's some love for it, but everywhere where that game went wrong by doubling down on the issues that the original already had,
I actually really like that
ActRaiser,
game.
I think, moved beyond. And you know,
Ha!
Can I put Ghosts and Goblins Resurrections in my honorable mentions?
Brad?
no.
Oh, Don said no.
Oh,
Shit.
alright. Sorry.
Dang.
Brad's usually the arbiter of that
I
sort
know,
of.
but when Don speaks up, I listen.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ben.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I respect
Yeah,
it.
please.
Sometimes this company needs a firm hand.
Here, you can go on mine.
I have
Okay.
it too.
Oh, you have it? Okay. Let's get you some progress.
I know, that's why I'm like, we're using my account.
Progress.
You're gonna play.
I was gonna make
You're
a
gonna play it
joke
on my
about that.
account.
Me and Ben will play.
It's actually happening.
Yeah.
We'll just beat the game for you.
No, fuck this game. Beat it for me.
It's tight.
I've actually
Goaty.
had friends do that in the past.
Oh,
It's like, oh, this
shit.
stuff is so hard.
Actual
You
Goaty.
can play it here and unlock those tracks from here or whatever.
Celine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had one friend that was like way better at F-Zero GX
Pause
than me,
that
and I
and
could
walk
not
it.
get the requirements for the arcade tracks. And like, you just came in and did it. It's like,
300
sweet.
Oh, 50 gigabytes? 26 minutes.
It's a big game.
Let's go a little quicker.
Fast
It's-
internet.
It's speeding up.
We can play in 13.
I really hope we get extent or more content for this game.
Oh yeah,
So
I bet it
DLC,
could.
that'd be
I bet
so
they could.
sick. They'll do the director's cut.
Fuck this game, Returnal. These
All right.
guys here.
Blood?
Yeah, so I'll start with my list of stuff that I'm like either halfway
take a
through or
hit.
that like I really want to get to
Nice.
before I move on to 2022 games. Returnal being the first
Yeah,
one.
blood.
I beat Hyperion while Brandon was working on the deliberations video last night.
Nice.
Still working my way through that. Still not as high as everybody else on it, but it's a game I'm into for sure. Also, Death's Door, which I've gotten back into just while
Yeah.
testing out my PC that I've got back.
It was fun seeing you on my Steam friends list, always booting that game up.
Right. Because Death's Door was like, it was easy because it's like a somewhat lightweight game that I could rely on my PC just blue screen of deathing every time. And so it's like, oh, I can play this for more than like 2 minutes.
I
Awesome.
like Returnal.
So
I
I'm gonna-
like it.
Yeah. So I'm
I'm just bad at bullet hell.
still early on my replay. Like I'm just about to fight Grandma,
Cool.
but get through the rest of that.
Have you ever fought a grandma?
Well, the Grandma.
They go
on
down
Death's Door.
easy, bro.
Not that easy.
Sometimes.
It's a
Yeah.
little practice.
Sometimes.
Halo Infinite, which I'm a fair amount of the way through. But yeah, there's a lot in that game to explore, and I think it'll be a little bit more relaxing not to do that like under pressure of like a time crunch.
Do you think you're gonna finish that campaign?
Ding, ding, ding,
I think so.
ding, ding.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll like try to like go get all the extra side quest stuff, but definitely want to play more of it. Also want to play more of Guardians of the Galaxy, which I only got like halfway through.
Yeah.
And really been enjoying a lot of that game and the story and everything there. Definitely a surprise. Not entirely feeling the combat, not just in terms of repetitiveness, but more in just, I don't know, I just don't always feel like I'm like that well in control. Like, you know, like in Returnal, like he's like, you know
Yeah,
exactly
sure.
everything you're doing.
In which
And
game?
Guardians, I just
Guardians.
feel like
Guardians.
I'm kind of like mashing my way through it. And like, I guess I won. Cool.
I noticed you have more Nomura zippers on your shoulders, and I got distracted.
Ah, sure. And then stuff that I haven't even started, but I want to get to. Some of these actually are installed. Outer Wilds Echoes of the Eye, installed.
Nice.
Inscription I haven't bought yet, but I want to get to after everything I've heard.
Yeah.
And one that's total blind spot, the Eternal Cylinder, which we
You've
played.
been talking about this game forever.
That E3 demo was so cool.
Yeah, you love this game.
And I've got it installed, but I haven't actually like booted it up.
Is that the final release? Like the actual?
Oh yeah, that game came out
I
a
feel
while
like it
ago.
came
Yeah.
out like
so
3
funny.
years ago.
No, just a couple months ago.
Oh, okay.
And then,
hate those guys.
Neo: The World Ends with You.
Yeah.
So that was funny because I waited for the PC version, and then right after it came out is when my PC died.
Oh.
So another game that was like installed and never played. But the soundtrack is, like as soon as that soundtrack came out, I grabbed it, and I was so dead tired. I was like, well, I'll listen to a little bit of it, but then I gotta go to bed, man. I stayed up for like another 2.5 hours listening to that soundtrack because it just filled me with so much energy.
Was it like 5 in the morning?
Not quite that late, but yeah, it was pretty late.
Blood stays up late.
Yeah.
Real late.
But yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of like, there's sort of a nostalgic element to it because there's like a lot of rap rock and stuff in there. Kind of old school vibes, but then they took some of the old songs and remixed them, and then you got some songs that are Japanese, and then another version that's English version with different vocalists, and a lot of different bending of genres. It's a cool soundtrack. The bottom of my list was really hard to figure out. There's a lot of stuff that I liked, and I'm like, does this go on my list? I don't know. But when we were going through things earlier, Chad had mentioned nobody had brought up Axiom Verge 2, and like, oh yeah. I dug that game. I think it's a pretty cool Metroidvania. I think it gives you quite a bit of freedom to kind of wander about and figure out, is this the right way to go? Who cares? I'm gonna go over here and like, oh, I found a new ability that I wasn't expecting, and then also it does this thing with like hopping back and forth between different dimensions, which is really cool. To where it's like you have basically 2 maps overlaid across each other, and figuring out how to go through things that way. Ratchet and Clank, which like Don just gave an amazing presentation for.
Yeah, jeez.
One thing I will say,
Talk.
on top of that and on top of the weapons, of course, is was it Zerky? They call it Zerky's Bar.
Oh, yeah.
That place is amazing.
Yeah, it's so cool.
The amount of variety
Yeah.
of like characters and character models, like that to me was the most next gen thing, because I was kind of disappointed in the dimension travel after playing Titanfall 2 earlier this year. Like that was way better. Like in gameplay terms, that was way better the way that Titanfall 2 did it. But Zerky's Bar just showed me just like how much character variety and just how many different things you could put into one place.
True next-gen game.
Yeah, it was super cool. Resident Evil Village, I think we all really dug in a lot of different ways. I might be the only person that didn't just like replay it multiple times, but I definitely enjoyed my playthrough. Currently still stands is my only physical PS5 or
Oh, nice.
Xbox Series game.
Nice.
I have no other discs but that one, which I basically only got it on disc because I've been gifted a Walmart gift card. So I'm like, well, what do I do? I'll buy a game. They're like $10 cheaper at Walmart. Sweet.
Dude, nice pickup.
Where'd you find a Walmart?
Back home when I was
Oh.
when I
Where'd
got the
you
gift
find a
card.
Walmart?
That's where those Walmarts are.
There aren't any Walmarts in LA.
LA,
County.
they're not really, but there are some the further you get out away from town.
Keep on driving.
There's a Walmart around.
Find one eventually.
Yeah.
There's one not too far away from me either.
I love your concept of like Walmart's being this like rare.
What the hell's Walmart?
What?
Well, I think for the longest time there was only one in LA. That
Yeah,
was
they're like legally
on
not
Crenshaw.
allowed in LA or some weird.
And
thing.
then I think that one's even been closed down.
Yeah,
Even it's
yeah. They're, like, literally
even though
not
it's there
allowed.
since the 50s. Yeah.
My hometown has the big Walmart. You know.
Yeah. No, they're all over the place back in Florida.
Sorry, blood.
Got a big Walmart.
Got a big Walmart.
My hometown.
Destroyed our downtown.
Another shout out to East 9.
Yeah.
Didn't
I gotta.
didn't know what I was getting into.
I'm
with
gonna pull
game.
that trigger pretty soon this year.
Didn't know what I was
gotta
getting
jump
into.
in.
Play
Is that
Equal
only on
Come on.
PS5 and PC or is it on Switch?
I would
Like,
still play it
yeah,
on
yeah.
PS5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Load times and all that stuff, like super good. Super
Guess I'm almost
Life is Strange, True Colors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Really just enjoy all the characters and scenarios in there. I have quibbles with like the main plot and certain
The
things
ending?
that go down with the ending, yeah.
Sure.
But definitely just a game where you're getting to know people and getting to know a place.
Cozy Town.
Yeah, the LARP is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. A late entry to my list, Chicory, Colorful Tale. Really, yeah. I was wondering like why people were so into that game, and I totally get it now. Just if you've ever been into art at any level, it is something that you want to check out, and you could just color and draw outside the lines and figure out how to use different palettes, and it's like, yeah, there's that. Just getting a prompt and like, go for it, draw a cute animal. Like, oh, okay, and like just stretching that part of your brain again.
Someone searched where a Walmart was in LA, and there's one 5 miles south of LAX. I don't go down there very often. No. What is that like?
They don't exist.
They don't exist.
The small
Did you say
mom and
Huntington
pop
Beach?
I don't know.
Honey Beach is not 5 miles away.
Where's 5 miles south of LAX?
That's where I grew up, basically.
Yeah, like Cerritos and stuff, somewhere in there.
Oh, so
El Segundo?
Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah,
went to-
outside. It's still outside of
There's
LA,
a
but
cute
yeah.
little movie theater in El Segundo with an organ. Anyway, sorry, Blake.
Nice. Forza Horizon 5. Put way more time into this game than even I was expecting. It was funny because there's so many times where I would just. When I went home for Christmas, it was like one of those nights where like, oh, okay, I got the Xbox set up. Let me just make sure everything's cool and colors calibrated and all that good stuff. And then it just, played Forza until like 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. or something ridiculous like that. And I just kept, it was funny because I kept finding things that like, okay, well, I'll go around and I'll get all the bonus boards because that's fun. It's like, oh, that's done. Okay. It's like, oh, now I'll do all the jumps. Okay. Like, well, let me do all the races. So just kept finding checklists to check off. And I put more time into it than any of the past games.
Forza rules.
Yeah, it's really fun. I think it's funny that you guys picked up the steering wheel. I don't know if you ever actually hooked it up.
No, Sophia's gotten into, she like follows traffic laws and drives with the steering wheel in Forza.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever you're into.
it's great.
Metroid Dread was a surprise. I was very skeptical that they were going to be able to pull that game off. There are still things that I'm like, I'm not that into the art. I'm not that into the music. There's things that like it's like it's not my like pinnacle ideal Metroid game, but the way that they tackled the controls and the movement and the map design and the power-ups. Once I saw the stuff that they were doing with the speed booster and the way that different people could approach it, like I was like, yes, you took this thing that I love and you made it better. Like you thought of new ideas, of new ways to use this thing. So I was very, very happy with that. And moving the story forward as well, which is something we haven't seen for 20 years. So that was really cool. It Takes Two. Yeah. again, just another big surprise is like, just to pull that off, to do that full co-op thing, to keep jamming in like one creative thing after another. I had forgotten that there even was a pirate level until I was going to music
That's funny.
to pull songs
you know
for
what?
the video.
Right when we finished world design, we're like, all right, press world design. Okay, next category. And I was like, wait, we didn't even
Right.
talk about
Yeah,
it.
there's so many different angles.
I don't think it
Yeah.
should have been nominated. I think it's like
Nominating.
okay at the end of the day.
Can you set up the PS5 on the preview
But,
window for main?
Oh, the zones you would just like bring it to life. You do it like at least 3 times. They're like big hub zones with multiple quests. And
Yeah.
so great.
And then all the crazy creative mini games and
Yeah.
just the way that they would make some of those things just like they just feel like real life toys.
People said we missed some mini games, which seems nuts because like
We didn't miss any mini games.
didn't?
There's a checklist
oh
that maybe there's a
wait,
couple
wait.
that we missed on our playthrough, but I might have grabbed later.
I remember
Yeah.
you had to like unlock 1 or 2 or
I think I had to lock a couple in the
Mini
space
games,
area because
yeah.
there were like
Don's
doors in
cat here.
between the elevator, so you kind of had to like drop down and zoom in kind of thing.
Waffling forward.
And then my top pick, which I said as much in the deliberations, is Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
Coming into that series just completely blind this year and catching up on Psychonauts and the Rhombus of Ruin, and then getting into that game, just such an absolute joy of creativity and direction, and just like, I really appreciate so much what they did, and the writing, and the somebody mentioned the Jack Black song, just like there's just so much going on in that game, and I just think it just nailed everything on multiple levels. It's exactly what I'm looking for like a game of the year.
How do I get out of this shit? Which way?
So yeah.
There it is.
So now we're playing Returnal. Sweet.
Sorry, I thought you were done. I didn't mean to start it. I didn't mean to start it before you were done. Yeah.
Yeah, you can show
Great
it.
list,
I
blood.
want to cut blood off.
No, I didn't want to cut blood off.
I forgot if I said Psychonauts 2, but yes, that was my top.
shout out to
I
Michael
skipped it.
Huber. What's Huber's number 1? Village or what?
Hubers?
You do not
I don't
have
think
enough
it's gonna
for
be
that.
Shrek's Nightmare.
It was probably Balan Wonderworld.
It was Returnal, I think.
I think it was
Yeah, Huber is gonna do his on a Huber syndrome. I don't know. It'll depend on when he can do it. He might not do it this week. We'll find out.
So weak.
We're just taking it day by day with him. So
day by day.
all the love to Huber.
Be rich.
Be real.
Man, I never had the speaker on my controller on, so it's freaking me out.
Well,
The
with
speaker
me,
on the DualSense is actually pretty good.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
what's
believe it.
funny with me is I have it.
I put
It's on,
headphones.
but I play with headphones.
So,
You don't have the grappling hook.
oh,
Playing,
right.
playing with headphones.
I was like,
which-
don't jump to your death.
I should have got that. Let's go back.
So it's
Oh man,
actually.
not having the grappling hook.
Yeah, this game fucking sucks.
Oh man.
It's a great game.
This game rules.
Yeah, I'm curious when
I'm
I get further
horrible
into
at
it
it.
because there's so many of these areas where you didn't
Get
have
me
the
the
powers yet,
grappling
and I'm like, I can't go back yet. So I'm
It's
curious.
not on this level.
Not having enhanced
I thought you got it when you
overload
beat Fright.
sucks when you
It's
don't.
the second level. I have to beat the second boss.
Yeah, I'm not
Are you
good at doing
fucking
overload.
kidding me?
No.
What do you get for beating Frike?
I don't remember.
But
Yeah, speedrun, they just don't fight anybody in this
Oh,
game.
yeah.
It's like crazy.
oh sure, yeah, you can just
Like, because
swing
you don't
past
have to.
everything.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You don't, like,
Turrets can be very. I
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
feel like the later turrets where they don't shoot directly at you are much easier to handle.
Yeah, this is definitely a thing that you guys do that I just never
these guys
learn.
fuck me up, dude. Every
I will
time.
always just kill everything.
Yeah, so these guys, you just don't want them to get close.
Right.
If they don't get close, they're fine. But that attack,
That
I feel
one,
like it
yeah.
tracks pretty well.
Yeah, dude, the tracking. I was like, a lot of okay game moments for me.
Oh, but yeah, what I was thinking about the speaker thing is
And having enhanced vision really helps because that way they can't sneak up on you.
that yeah, so I have the headphones on, so half the time like I don't realize that there's
Yeah.
sound coming out of the speaker.
I
Like,
have
oh,
headphones too, so this is all new. Oh yeah, one of these things.
Yeah, can those things actually damage you if you get up all the way? I never let that
Yeah,
happen.
Yeah,
they're
well-
like barnacles or whatever.
well, and the other thing that just happened to me too is that I've had them grab me when I wasn't expecting, and they'll pull me into some other attack.
Uh,
Is that where my dumb
playing
ass died?
Returnal with headphones is the way to do it.
Yeah,
For
absolutely. Don't want to risk it. Can't get up there yet.
Risk it
Which, if you
for
want, I
the
can
tryst.
set that up any second. And if Brad or anyone else playing wants to do that.
What, headphones?
Yeah.
No, it's okay.
We're just chilling.
Yeah.
We're just chilling, bro.
Easy.
Who's on Fast and Loose? Don
Me.
and Jones? I didn't get a guest because of Omicron.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be just the tree of us. Unless
I love these little
Are
hidden
you, just
doors.
gonna,
Yeah.
are you just gonna bash them and show them the whole time?
Probably. No, just stuff with rails.
If Returnal had rails, it'd be a whole different story, man.
We're like, fucking.
I mean,
Remember
those
that
teleporters
Terminator
are basically
game that
space
fucking
rails.
Sucks.
Yeah, this is one of the things that I have
Trophy.
to.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah,
What did you do that I got a
Surgical precision.
it's the reload.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't ever
How much
bother
did you
to
play
do
this
that.
game?
Fucking 600 hours, bro. I told you I suck at bullet hell.
Doing the overload is.
It makes me so angry.
Not enough.
My brain
How
shuts
is-
off and my heart takes over and it's filled with battery acid.
Your heart can't play no games.
Battery.
Give me something good.
Games
You
ain't
got
played.
Give
Heart.
me something good.
Dang. Zero.
Oh,
A
that's
lock
so
ricochet,
funny.
I guess.
Wow. I forgot that there were zeros.
Yeah, I suck, okay?
No, it's just how early you are, that's all.
I forgot.
Yeah, I've never
Soups are
beaten
really
there.
Freaky.
I'm not saying you're bad. I'm just saying you're early.
I'm bad at fucking bullet hell games.
I only think you're bad because you convinced yourself.
It's psychological.
Oh wait, that's a
I do think it's
forgot
cool
about-
that
What's that do?
It's like a poor Olympic.
the enemies change up so much that you can forget some of these early ones exist.
I get it, guys.
The only enemy that I really hate in the first biome is Tree Dude. Tree Dude is
Tree Man?
really
Yeah,
annoying.
Tree Man.
Oh,
Cool
yeah.
design, though.
Yeah,
Like,
extremely
looks
cool design. Yeah.
But when it comes back, he's even worse.
This fucking guy, yeah.
Yeah, but because he has a shield, you do so much damage
Yeah.
and stun.
Get that yellow.
Killing
Oh,
dudes first.
yeah, kill
Yeah.
Boo.
The funniest downside to something is they're like, all the lights disappear 2 seconds fast.
Right.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like, cool, I don't care.
Right. Especially if you get like one of those perks that like makes the bonuses even better.
Great sound.
Oh yeah,
design.
that's a good. I like
Best
that
in the
alt fire.
biz.
Yeah.
The lightning alt fire can be really good in
Yes.
certain situations.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Carbine.
Carbine, GG.
Yeah.
Game over.
If I get leech on that
Shoot that
too.
statue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leech on the carbine is insane.
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't think we
I don't
talked
think
about
I've
it.
unlocked that leech yet.
Is
I saw it and I was like
Is
trying
Leech
to get
like
it.
vampire or what?
Okay, so yeah, so Leech is great in a
Life
boss
steal.
fight because I don't even
Absolutely
remember
great,
what
yeah.
That
boss
sounds fucking
I
awesome.
was fighting, but I was just like, oh, I'm just
Yeah.
back at full health and I didn't even use an item. Yeah, Leech is
Ben, I
Leech is
beat
very strong.
the first act on my second run because I got a carbine with leech on
Oh, Leech, yeah,
Wow.
it. I was unkillable.
yeah. It's during boss fights, particularly, it's
fair.
really helpful.
I think you went back.
Yeah.
Did I go back? Yeah.
Yeah, the mini map. The mini map is amazing in this.
Yeah, that's good.
What are the yellow doors again?
Yellow doors are the challenge rooms.
Challenge room.
Okay.
So you fight a bunch of waves and then you get a
Let's
good
get
weapon
Isla.
usually.
Try to get Isla some progress.
Kill Frag.
You know what's hilarious? It took me forever to realize that there were switches for these. I
Oh,
thought it
really?
was something I had to unlock later.
They're like, now they're hidden around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make
They're,
sound, too.
they're either extremely obvious or like
Hard.
I cannot find
Alright,
them.
moving on.
Yeah.
They're
I haven't
probably-
come
they're
across
usually
any
just
that I
like
couldn't
around
find.
the back of like
Oh, we
pillars.
finished installing Returnal, guys.
Oh, shit.
I thought you got an achievement called installed.
I mean, it's kind of an achievement.
I hate when these enemies upgrade.
It's so generous that like with some of the alt fires, if you use a little bit, it doesn't go on cooldown.
Yeah.
That is really nice.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
I practically always try to run up the turret.
It's just too good not to.
Collecting more of those when you're healed, like, increases the length of your health bar, right?
You can, yeah, you see like next to the health.
Oh,
three
yeah,
slots.
So,
Every
there's
three,
two different,
yeah.
there's
There's two
two
different
different
healing
kinds.
things.
Yeah. So there's
Well-
one that heals you, and then there's ones that are like pieces apart. And then
But-
Oh, right.
Then if you have full health, if you get one that heals you, doesn't it go towards your max
Yeah,
integrity?
I
that's
thought
max
it-
integrity.
does it?
I
Yeah.
think so.
There's too much nitty gritty.
That was the assumption that I went under, and it did it for me.
Okay.
It only
But
does
maybe
that
I
if you
wasn't-
believe.
I'll pay more attention and see.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is.
I thought they were just 2 different types.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chat's confirming it does. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like big silphium resins and small ones. So.
This is why you don't like Returnal Blood.
Yeah.
See, that one says fills a slot, and fills a slot, and then it increased it. But yeah, I'll definitely pay attention to
Forgot
that.
about those.
Being able to beef up your health bar, like,
Yeah.
and doing it consistently is where you start really
Yeah.
punching a hole through some of the runs.
Well, yeah, especially when you get the malfunction or parasite things.
Also, it's kind of hard to quantify in the moment, but man, I think buffing protection is pretty good too.
The house has been locked for me for hours.
Yeah, that's after chapter.
There's so much cool stuff to see.
Yeah,
in
I've
the
seen
house.
it all.
There's so
I
much
watched
cool
it on
stuff.
fucking YouTube.
Here's the store. What do we got in the
let's see.
store?
Health, always good.
That's the yellow
pretty good.
barrier.
Honestly, if you just buy like 3 health packs,
That's
it's
good.
hard to lose.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I feel like the auto repair. I feel like the auto repair is
And then the other
not
one,
worth it.
the other
I've
station
gone
where
in-
you can do the
I've gone
25%.
in with.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
That is really good.
Just short.
Yeah, you only need 11
Yeah.
for that. Max
How much
integrity.
is this?
I've gone in with a health pack and the astronaut and still lost.
Okay, I'll come back.
You know what the OP is, Isla?
What?
So there's things that you can get where it's like you have a % chance to not use a consumable on use.
Oh.
And so like I'll be fighting a boss and it's like use health pack. Oh, it's still there.
Love
That
it.
stuff is great.
Okay, wait. So chat's saying if you have full health, they all turn to resins.
Yeah.
So does that mean? So if it's not
I mean,
a
it's
resin,
essentially the same thing.
well, but no, because like the item itself doesn't go over, but it
It-
drops
it
those
acts-
instead of the other one.
Sure. Yeah.
It fills the 3
but
bar.
it's still rewarding you for having
Yeah.
full.
Yeah.
Right.
Cheesing
I appreciate it.
from a distance. That carbine, stay far.
Farbine, am I right?
If you're full, it will act as an increase. Okay.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Yeah. That's
Pay
what I
attention.
thought. It like rolls over. Ooh, there's like 3 in this room.
Oh, there's another really powerful thing that you can get is increasing damage with adrenaline level. Like you can get multipliers on damage in a pretty nuts way.
I don't
It's a
like
shotgun.
that moss.
If it's not a slug shot, it's
I'm just trying to think if I wanted it. Let's serve the carbine for now.
slug shot spit maw is pretty dope. It's like a big ass hunting rifle.
The coil spine is the one I still haven't figured out how to use well.
Just gotta sit up straight.
Yeah, I was never as big into the spit maws as.
Hubert?
Yeah, I was Huber.
QB and I like the slug shot version, and that's it, I think.
The coil spine is the one where you have to like charge up and you only get 1 shot at a time.
Yeah, I didn't really mess around with that thing too much because I didn't.
We'll use
I just can't figure out how to sync with it. Like every time I try to use it, I just end up like focusing too much on that and getting myself hit.
Update 14 online.
Okay.
Okay.
Good job.
Electropylon is great. Yeah.
Electropylon is
I've been messing more and more with that.
extremely strong.
Jesus,
Yeah.
there's just projectiles everywhere. Whoa!
Oh, this is one you have to go left or right really
Oh
quick.
yeah, I forgot about this.
Oh, yeah.
Too late.
I've seen that. I don't know if this one works that way, but I've seen some of these rooms they just reset when you walk out.
Oh, you gotta lock them. Apparently, speedrunner is like if you just
They've
run
got the towers,
into it,
Brad, where
Yeah.
it'll heal them.
you
Oh,
can just
okay.
get through the.
Right, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't encounter these like too much, but they are pretty annoying when you do.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of weird stuff in this room.
Ah, big boy!
Pylon with the web upgrade is cool. Shoots 5 at a time. Oh. I've never
Stop
gotten that upgrade.
moving.
Yeah, the leap attacks that the bigger guys do are rough.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's some leap
Sometimes
attacks
you just time it wrong and you do early.
where they do like just huge chunks of damage to you if they touch you.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things is now that I'm like zones 4 and 5, the things that you fight when you see another suit, the scans or whatever, like they're just brutal now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I used to just take them on every time. Now I'm like, I don't know.
They're brutal, but the reward of 4 ether for avenging is pretty good.
You get
Yeah.
4 for that?
Yeah,
Wow.
they are really hard though.
And sometimes now, enemies that'll pop up in the little secret rooms will be pretty brutal as well.
Yeah. Oh, blood. Because you haven't been to the last biome yet, right?
No.
Okay. I feel like some of the secret enemies.
Melee,
or not
like
secret,
a melee
but
mode
special.
for this game, and then I would love it. Because I just want to fight everyone with the sword.
Well, you can use the sword a lot.
Yeah, but.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
That's a good upgrade.
What's the other one?
Your alt fire?
Yeah.
It's the green follow, like
Yeah.
Okay.
follow bullets.
Okay.
You know, the green follow.
Is the alt fire the bottom left? I can't remember.
Biome 3 is probably the hardest for me too.
Biome
What?
3 ended up being the easiest for me, but I think it's just because of the build that I ended up going in with it.
I died the most in Biome 4.
Yeah, I died the most about the. I feel like Biome 3 was weird because it was like mostly chill,
Yeah, shit, what is that?
except for like a couple of hard
What
parts.
you call it? Oubliettes.
Sweet.
What? Oh man, having the adrenaline like you do and getting double
Mm-hmm.
of those is so nice.
Yeah.
Like having 622 right now.
Yeah, that's a
the
crazy
Biome
number,
1
yeah.
is really good. Yeah.
That takes you to a secret room.
I would
Let's see,
definitely go get max up. Or
I will.
Max and
Yeah,
Tech.
yeah.
Oh shit.
Let's see what we get. Where's the exit? Just in case someone spawns.
Yeah,
I don't
the run
think
up
they
to the
usually
boss
do
of
with
Biome 3 is
these.
Not in
brutal.
these.
It's the sarcophagus. Yeah, that's weird.
Ooh.
They all ended up being downgrades.
Pew.
I think the last biome is my favorite in the game.
Mm.
So I'm excited for you to get to it.
Fortnite.
Updated Fortnite.
Hell yeah.
I also love calling them biomes.
Yeah.
Right?
Aren't they officially?
Biome.
I think so,
It's
since
just-
everyone says it with this game.
It's just funny to me.
Oh, these dudes.
Yeah,
Pre-bowl.
these guys are annoying.
Well, I just hate that they'll disappear and then like you won't catch where they're coming from.
The thing that's tricky about some of the enemy bullets that follow you are they like go really slow at first, but then it feels like
Whoa,
they
this is a
speed up,
hard room, dude.
and so it can
Yeah,
throw off your dodging.
I was fighting somebody for the first time last night that had like
Three
these
guys back.
red arrow things that just, after they died, the freaking bullet just kept circling me. I'm like, just stop. When are you gonna run out of juice, bullet?
Yeah.
Ow.
Things have been for a long
full
time.
reset.
Isla, have you encountered the attacks that will give you a malfunction if you get hit?
I heard about them while watching a speedrun.
It is. It's one of the biggest fuck you moments in the game when you're just like fighting something extremely tough.
Oh, especially if you already have some too.
Well, yeah, because if you have full functions, getting your artifacts destroyed
Yeah,
is
yeah.
brutal.
This entire game is a fuck you moment.
In the
No,
best way.
I actually think there are once you learn how to deal with stuff, there are moments of chill. There are moments of just vibing out.
Yeah. They're called cutscenes.
The kind of, yeah. Those do happen.
Yeah. I just joke, Chatty Poo. I love this game. I mean, I don't love it. I like it. It's good.
I think
It makes me mad.
I think if you and Brad and I streamed it, I think you would love it.
Yeah, if I didn't have to play.
I'm loving this.
That's what we're doing right now.
We're
I
running out
know,
of
this is
time now.
fucking great. He's getting me some
Yeah.
prog. Isn't that what they say, Damiani? Prog?
Bacon prawn.
Yeah, I feel like we have to at least,
He's gotta beat Frike, dog.
yeah,
Oh!
either finish the run
I was reading that.
or finish the boss. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Finish the run. Finish the boss.
Man.
Like if Brad somehow goes down, then it's over. But
Somehow.
I feel like
guy.
the first boss was more of a struggle for me than the second one.
second one was definitely more of a struggle for me.
The first one's a
The
struggle.
first one was a struggle
For
just
me.
because I was still figuring out how to navigate the game, and so I just didn't know how the heck do I get back to him.
Oh, sure. There's only one left.
Drenny Max.
Oh, there's 3 back there. Man, not worth it. I'm getting hit too much.
Buy some goodies.
Is this the shop over here?
The
No.
2 dots, the 2 circles.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
the
it,
shop.
because
Okay.
that's the fabricator symbol.
Alright. We got heal.
So yes.
Boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop,
Look at those straps.
Alright. I want health.
Do you have max adrenaline? Because I was just gonna say you could just.
I know, I
You
should have
could've
popped
just
it.
popped it,
I didn't
yeah.
think about
You
it.
can swap them and
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, yeah, it's right there. Swap it and pop it.
What's this sword damage?
You want to get that 25% at least. You might not be able to get both.
Suit upgrade.
Think about what that feels like.
Right.
Have your hand like held by a bunch of
That's a pretty good up.
spider arms.
Yeah, yeah, no, the 25% max integrity boost is pretty crucial.
Soup's crush.
Pretty crash.
Also,
Red
anything
door.
that is like permanent plus 10 to
Wait,
damage
what?
is
Mhm.
nice.
Oh, wrong way.
How much do you have left? You might be able to get one of those others.
Which one should I get?
No.
No.
No,
Yeah,
you're
forward
too
any-
Little
short.
short.
Okay.
Wait, you have the adrenaline. Do you want that or do you want.
I don't have
the
enough to buy anything.
health? Okay.
He popped the health already.
I think the
Otherwise,
health
yeah.
is 250, right?
The health was 150, but he already
Okay.
bought it and
Yeah,
used
I
it.
see.
Yeah.
Well, you need to. I feel like they're pretty rare, but the rooms where you can just lay down and
What, I
recover
don't
your
want
health
that way.
and get.
Yeah, those
You
are
don't
really
have the
cool.
This is the way to boss.
Because there's no trade-off.
There's your problem.
Right?
Yeah,
Well,
there's
I
no
thought it
trade
would
off.
beat over
Yeah.
there.
The other ones where they suck your health and give you an artifact are a little iffy, but yeah.
It's so annoying doing, the broken fabricators where you don't know what you're gonna get,
Right.
and you spend money on them, and you're like, you gave me a shitty consumable. God damn it.
Yep. Risk reward, baby. What was it? Okay, nothing. I think I figured
God, I
that
just
out.
want to dive back into this. It's so good.
Read limit. Projection speed.
I
What
would
does
keep-
Harden do?
This is like the best call.
I would keep.
Play
I would
the
keep,
goatee
like, I would
after
keep
the
the old way
goatees.
you have.
Alright.
Goaties. Oh yeah, here it is.
I did not get the second ending, no. I just had the first ending.
I got it on a website called YouTube.com.
I thought about looking it up, but then I was like, it's a perfect excuse to
Revisit.
Yeah, I haven't gotten far enough to see like how
Oh,
you go
wait,
about
not
it,
the
but
kill one?
it's definitely
First
something I
time?
want to do.
Open.
Okay.
This is not my first time. There was a chest over
Oh.
there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Beep, beep, boop, beep, boop.
I fought
Oh,
Frank
it's
like
cursed.
like 4 times.
I thought you were in the second boss.
I've died to Frank like 2 or 3 times, and then I kind of just.
What's
got-
funny
got
is
tired of
I
playing.
totally forgot that you're supposed to jump down this hole, so that's why I was saying like there are just a lot of runs where I was just wandering and kept going through
always a
rooms and rooms
pistol.
and rooms and rooms because I just walked up to this and then walked back.
Blood, you know what's so funny? So the parasite that's like you take damage from a great fall
Oh, gosh.
is not that big of a deal, but the rooms where you have to fall, you can take damage from that.
Some
As
some
you- yeah.
late areas.
When you go
do
into secret
fall.
areas, yeah.
You have, if you dodge.
If you
right
dash right
You
in-
dash right at the end, yeah, but
Hey, look! I'm about to beat Frank. No pressure.
it's so funny. This
You can cheese him with the sword, I guess, like crazy. That's what the speedrunner.
Oh
did.
yeah.
this boss, like fighting it originally felt so intense and hard, and now it's like
Yeah, he makes it look
that
bad.
bad. The one attack I don't like with this boss is the melee attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his most
Phases.
dangerous thing to me.
Shit.
Yeah, the thing with the active reload is just, I usually
so
just don't
good.
have the awareness to realize I'm out of bullets. And so I'll just be firing and then I'll
Yeah.
miss it because I already hit the button.
Right. That's what I would.
I feel like with the low clip weapons, it's really important.
Yeah,
got
it's
that
easier with those because it's like if it
adrenaline.
only has 3 or 4 shots, then you know bang, 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 and wait.
We'll use it.
But when you have, I don't know how many that shot is.
Phase 2.
Fase dos.
Dos.
Yeah, it is really funny to just hear the controller speaker.
See, now you'll have a whole new area to explore.
Well, not counting chickens.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
There it is.
There was that melee attack man love so much.
But it didn't take your adrenaline away. You dodged.
You
No.
have a shield.
Was that always in the game, or did they add that?
I honestly think they added some moves. I'm not even kidding.
Because when I
That-
first played Returnal, I didn't remember you getting a shield
Ooh, I
at
got
Adrenaline
lucky
level
there.
5.
They.
Because it's
There it
really
goes.
nice.
Yeah. They made the. They said. Someone I was watching said that they made this. They thought they made the second boss harder in the patch. Like they added a different attack.
Was the shield always there? Okay, I just didn't remember anything. Because yeah,
I think it's something that you can totally not notice is happening because there's so many symbols down there.
that's probably what it was. But yeah, the
Nice.
shield at level 5
Nice.
adrenaline is so nice.
So bad at dodging that.
Trace. Noich.
The best part about this is that Brad can suspend afterwards and you can just keep going.
Oh yeah, that wasn't in the game when I reviewed it. I forgot
Right.
about that. I didn't really think about it that much because I was grinding this game so hard when I was
Right, yeah.
reviewing it.
Purples are the only ones you can't dodge through, I guess.
And it's only really an issue like when you have a run that's just going so perfectly
Yeah.
that it's like it's been
Well,
2 hours
run,
now.
Yeah, the runs can last an extremely long time.
They can last less than a minute, as I found out last night.
Oh.
Oh, the first room just took me down.
Yeah. Brad's got plenty of.
Do you want us to keep saying things like that,
Please
Brad?
don't. I mess up when people say stuff
Literally
like that.
zero chance of failure here for Brad Elgin.
Really getting a good groove here.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
What
boy.
could go wrong?
Oh boy.
Had to get one in.
Beautiful.
Yay!
Got ether, baby.
Thanks,
There's
Brad.
another artifact you can get that increases
Dang.
protection.
First try, I did it.
Yeah, wow.
Crimson Key.
So now you can go to the second area.
Fun.
The gate.
All right,
The second
now
area
give
is
me
really
the-
cool.
Give me the grappling hook.
Ooh, cube.
Cube time.
What are
Cube.
we gonna get?
Cube 2
Unfed pod.
hypercube.
Nice.
What the fuck does that mean?
It boosts parasites. I think?
PC load letter.
Oh yeah.
Suck my cube, bro.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, new artifact, baby. What do we get?
20% stagger for
Dragon
each
fruit.
parasite.
Parasite.
It's a dragon fruit.
All right.
So
Not impressed.
We did it.
Great job, Brad.
Thank you, allies, for all of your picks tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thanks to everybody if you've watched all of that crazy stuff. Again, if you missed our winners video and our deliberations video, those are youtube.com/easyallies. And shout out to 2021. We're done with our 2021 coverage. We're looking forward at the new year. We got our anniversary coming up at the end of the month.
And
this
congratulations to Elden Ring 2022 Game of the
really,
Year.
really impressive. Really impressive.
Big congrats to Elden Ring.
A staggering pre-launch GOTY.
Yeah.
Like nothing I've ever seen.
Unanimous.
Unanimous pre-launch
Yeah.
GOTY. The
Even
first month of
blood.
the year is not even over yet. This is our group stream. We played a game right at the end there, but we typically do mostly video game playing when we do our group streams.
Oh, we
have
gotta
other
play
shows and
Windjammers 2
streams
next
and
week.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Been waiting on that
That's
one.
gonna be so much
Sick.
fun. It's gonna be so much fun.
Watch out for Damiani.
Well, any other shows or
Dude.
streams coming?
He's a psycho.
This week.
Jammers. Huh?
The people should know about at home.
I'm gonna play
Fable.
Fable Anniversary for the
Oh,
first time.
sick. Very cool.
Good
Are
music.
you going
Saturday.
good boy or bad boy?
Repetitive music,
I
but
don't
good
know.
music.
I guess we'll figure it out.
He'll
Bad
go
luck.
good. Fast and Loose comes out on Thursday.
Yeah.
So does Huber Syndrome, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe
Stream
not, but we'll see.
team will
Yeah.
be Thursday.
Oh, Thursday stacked, yep.
Yeah, the Q&A is Thursday. Tier Maker is Thursday. And then we shoot our podcast, which goes up Friday for patrons, Sunday for public. Yeah, as previously mentioned, Blood is playing Fable on Saturday. There's an easy update that I still got to figure out. Oh, shit.
We did not get Arceus codes, so that review will be
Oh, yeah.
wild.
TTE.
And yet it leaks.
Yeah. Thank you, Nintendo.
I actually saw somebody
Once
else
again,
that
really
didn't
helping
get a
us
code,
out.
but they got a leaked copy, and so they just started telling people
Very
from their
cool.
leaked copy.
Just review that link,
Very cool,
baby.
Nintendo.
Very cool.
Don and I are streaming on Monday.
Yes.
I don't know.
Bands on the Showcase, but that's in February. That post will go up ASAP. Patreon.com/EasyAllies is where you can go if you want to financially support us, and that would be a lovely thing to do, especially given it's a new year. We'll have new fun things to announce, new stuff to roll out this year, but getting back to our schedule. Now the GOTYs are over.
Yeah.
Time to play more
Anniversary.
games, make more shows. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoy our content. See you next week for the group stream. Bye.